Hello guys. Welcome back to Snowflake Learning. Thank you for joining the session. In this session, we will see validation mode option in copy command. Instead of actually loading the data, this allows us to validate the command first. It is super helpful when you just want to check if your copy command would run successfully, or if any errors might pop up along the way. Here is how it works. You simply add validation mode equals return errors to your command. What this does is skip loading the data entirely, and instead, it just checks for any errors, and returns them, if there are any. There is also another useful option called return n rows. This lets you specify how many rows you would like to be returned, only if there are no errors. For example, if you add return 10 rows, and the first 10 rows are error-free, those will be shown as a preview, but again, nothing will be loaded into your table. So those are the two main options for validation mode, and they are pretty straightforward. Now, let us jump into a quick demo to see how it works in action. Here comes our copy into command. We are copying into our sales table, from internal stage. The file format is CSV, there is no header in the file, and we are including file name. Then, we add validation underscore mode equals return underscore errors. Let's run it. We see nothing returned, which means the data is valid and error-free. Everything checks out, but nothing has been written to the table yet. Just to confirm, we can run select query on sales table. And as expected, the table exists, but it's empty. Now let us try using return 10 rows option. This time, if there is no error, we should see the first 10 rows of data. Running it now, and no output. That means the first 10 rows are clean, and ready to be loaded, but again, the table itself still remains empty. Alright, now let us test what happens when there are errors. We will switch to another file, which has few errors to test. We will run the same copy into command, using validation underscore mode equals return underscore errors. Boom, now we see detailed error messages. These include the type of error, which file it happened in, the exact row and character, and even the category of the issue, like a conversion error. It is super helpful for debugging. Let's also try using return n rows again, but this time with the problematic file. Even if you request, say, 1 or 2 rows, it will fail if the first row has an error. And that is exactly what we see here. So to wrap up, validation mode is a fantastic way to pre-check your data before actually loading it. Whether you are previewing rows, or catching errors, it gives you full confidence that your copy command is ready to run clean. Thank you for joining this session, see you in the next one.